Happy Camper Radio, episode 51. Come on, let's go camping. Welcome, everybody. We are glad to have you back on the Happy Camper Radio Show, the only place you need to be when you're ready to talk camping. Camping is what we're about. Camping is all we talk about. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the show.
All right. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this. You know, I think we need to enlighten our listeners here onto something because they don't know as much as you know about me.
Right.
I am the king of preparation when it comes to doing this show.
Yes, you are.
I spend hours and hours and hours getting prepared. And even though it doesn't come across 100% like I would like it to in all cases, but I mean, we do have a good format. We do have things laid out very nicely. But this show, we need to tell our listeners, is all about you.
Yay!
Because
finally.
this show, you have something special in mind, something you hold dear to your heart.
I do.
That you want to talk about on today's program. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and let you take the lead. And we're going to start by giving you the ceremonial campfire lighter so you can go ahead and get our campfire lit. There you go. Wow, you didn't even need the assistance of the dog.
I know.
I
did have a fire.
Thank heavens he is not in the studio today.
I did get a fire going in my backyard today. All those limbs. I finally got around to burning those limbs today.
And you know it was not a burn day today in our county, right?
Whatever.
Like you really pay attention?
Yeah. It rains every other day in this place.
Oh, well, you know, hey, that's the way it is. And speaking of brutal weather, we have something to celebrate today. It is the first day of spring.
Oh, thank gosh.
Yes, let's hope that brighter temperatures are on the way.
I hope so.
Because
that'll
this winter
enable me to do what we're going to talk about.
This winter weather has been brutal in this region of the country. You know, where a lot of folks are, say like up in the Northeast and out in the Midwest, you know, they're used to this. They're used to the bad weather. They expect it every year, and they count on you know, being prepared.
Well, I mean, I don't mind the snow. It's the rain. I hate the rain. Me and Deidre, my wife, have figured out that when we retire, we're going to Arizona, where it doesn't change. It's hot all the time, and that's the way it is.
Wow.
We're tired of this rain stuff.
Well, you know, let's hope the sun's going to be popping out a lot more than it is. The temperatures are going to be warming up. Our phone number here is 404-537-CAMP. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker, and add us to your circles on Google+. Of course, you can access any one of our social media sites very simply by going to our homepage, which is www.happycamperradio.com. Make sure you click on our RSS feed, and this way you can subscribe to the program and never miss a single episode of our show. Hello to some newcomers here. This week, we want to say hello to Jason Smith of Kentucky. He likes us on Facebook. And also to Troy Brown of Labrador, Australia. Welcome, both of you, to the Happy Camper Radio Show. We are so glad to have you aboard. Okay, Daniel, you've got the floor. What's going on? What's on your mind this week?
Oh, there's a lot on my mind. I thought you were going to start the ceremonial topic of the week music, but that's cool. What's on my mind is, you know, you talk about all these campgrounds around the country, and a lot of these campgrounds have a certain thing that you never talk about, and it's called a disc golf course. Do you know anything about disc golf, Skip?
No, I can't say I do, Daniel, because at my age, I spend a lot of time by the campfire, and I don't get into a lot of these youngster activities like you're involved in.
Well, here's the thing. Disc golf was started back in the, I would say, 70s, and it grew from then, and it's around a lot of campgrounds around the country. Like, if you go to a campground, 9 times out of 10, if it's a state park or something, there's probably a disc golf course there. And every time I go camping, I look for the nearest disc golf course, and that's where I go, you know, play disc golf. So let me start from the beginning. Disc golf is golf with a frisbee and a basket, and you throw it from one point. You throw a disc from one point to the other, and you try to throw the disc into the basket. It's a lot of fun.
So you're not using golf balls and golf clubs.
No, you're
This is
using
called disc
discs.
golf.
Yeah,
Okay.
disc frisbees.
How many holes? 18?
Yeah, 18. It can vary from 9, 18, and 27. I like to play 18 because I feel like I'm getting something out of it. But, sometimes there are 9 holes and I'll just play them twice. But every time I go camping, I look for the nearest disc golf course, and everything is different everywhere I go. There's a lot to it, but let me get into it. So anyway, if you've ever heard about it or are interested in it, first what I would do is go to a local sports store, maybe Academy or Sports Authority or something like that, and get a starter pack. And they have discs there that help you out to begin with. And you can go out there and play. And there are certain discs that do certain things. There are long range disc, mid range disc, and putters, just like in regular golf. Mm-hmm. So what you do is, you stand there and you throw it, and it lands at a certain place, and then you throw it again until you get it into the basket. But it's a lot of fun, and if you're interested in it, there's a lot of websites online. There's pdga.com. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube if you're interested in, honing your skills or anything. And there's a lot to it. Actually, Skip, the other day I was thinking about joining the PDGA as an amateur, participant, as you would say.
I think I would probably come along to take pictures.
It is a lot.
Daniel, from the sounds of it, I think you would leave me back on the 4th tee.
No. It's a lot of fun. A lot of older people do it too, actually. Like I've not last weekend, but the weekend before that, I went out to this random doubles thing, and basically what you do is you'll go there. They usually have like a pot, so to speak, where you like throw $10 in, and you play with a random partner, and you play doubles. And the way doubles work is you throw your disc, they throw their disc, your partner throws their disc, and whoever's, looking better as far as going towards the tee, you take their shot, stuff like that. And, they have this thing called CTP, closest to the pin, and you win money, and it's a lot of fun. But I mean, the thing about disc golf is it's all about nature. I mean, it's more nature than golf. Like golf, they have to plow down tons of trees and everything, but this, they make a little fairway for you to throw your disc, but for the most part, it's all about being in the nature and being one with nature, and it is so calming and soothing. But it's really an awesome thing to get into when you go camping everywhere. And like I said before, a lot of the state parks have it. Like in Georgia, I can't really talk as far as other state parks in other states, but in Georgia, Cloudland Canyon, Fort Yargo, we're looking. Actually, I haven't told you this yet, Skip, but for Easter, we're going to FDR State Park down near Columbus, Georgia, and that's where the little White House is. Where FDR used to spend his off time, but there's a disc golf course near there, and I was going to go out there and check it out and see how it is.
Are you going to go tent camping?
No, we're gonna use our pop up and do that. We have to get a bike rack, so. But I found the disc golf course there, and it's just a way. The great thing about disc golf is it's free. like in regular golf, you have to pay like 30, 40, 50, 60. I don't even know.
Well,
how
I knew
much.
you were cheap.
Yeah,
you know.
well, there you go. Well, I mean, if you go to state parks or something. Actually, I've been like last year when I went to Virginia, they had a state park at Poick Bay. I think we talked about it last year. They had a disc golf course there, and
I remember that.
Yeah, they had discs that you could rent. Sometimes, like, if you're not sure that you want to be into it, a lot of the state parks have discs that you could rent and, try the sport out and see how it is for you. But, they charge like $2 and everything. And it's just to, like, do the maintenance and stuff for the course. But, I mean, it's really fun. It's really interesting to get into it. And it's practically free. I mean, you can't beat that. And I'm all about the cheapness.
Well, you've got me a little intrigued here. I mean, I'm trying to envision in my mind playing disc golf, and you were saying they cut out this little area here in the forest, so you're actually in the woods.
Oh yeah,
playing disc. Wow.
Well, not all the time. Sometimes it's open. Sometimes it's over water, and that's kind of tricky. Actually, there are certain discs that float in water. A lot of them don't, and so it's kind of oh my gosh, if I throw it in water and get it in and it's not a floating water disc, I lose it. And a lot of people lose their discs that way. And so, I mean, it's a lot of fun. And I got a lot of people. I got my friend into it a little while ago, and we went down to Augusta, Georgia, where the International Disc Golf Hall of Fame is, and there are 3 courses there, and we played there, and it was just so much fun, and it was just us and nature. I mean, it was just stupendous. It was just so.
Now you bring
awesome.
your wife along.
No.
She does not play disc golf. You're afraid she's going to beat you, right?
No. Most women don't play disc golf, and I'll tell you right now, if you're a woman listener and you start playing disc golf, you have so much of an advantage. It's ridiculous.
Why is that?
If you're a woman and you got into disc golf, you could easily be in the top 50 in the country, because for some reason women are just not into it. I mean, they're trying to get women into it, but
it's a guy sport, really.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. It's just a guy sport for some reason. It's just how it is. But
well, it sounds like you have a blast when you're playing it.
Yeah.
And how much of the day does that take up?
I would say, depending on the course, I'd say it takes about 2 hours to do 18, depending on how many people you have, and how fast you want to go or whatever. But it's a lot of fun. But here's my thing: if you want to start doing it and everything, there are videos on the YouTube and everything. And there are certain ways you throw a disc. There are certain ways you position your fingers or whatever. And what I've learned, and if anyone's really interested, I would suggest that you go on YouTube and look up, like, I was doing this the other day actually. I was looking up disc golf for beginners, because disc golf is not like frisbee. Like on the beach when you throw the frisbee back and forth to your friend or whatever, it's not like that. You kind of have to have a different technique. There's a different technique that you have to have for this than other. And these discs are a lot heavier. And
how much do they weigh roughly?
It can weigh anywhere from 150 grams to 175 grams. But they say that usually when you start out, that you want to start with a lighter disc, because most of the time when you're right-handed, when you throw the disc backhanded, which is like you throw a regular frisbee, it'll turn right really hard. So you try to figure out how to throw it the way you need to, and it's all on the internet as far as techniques and grips and stuff, and different discs do different stuff. Some turn left, some turn right, some go straight. And they're like I said before, the three different kinds of putters. The driver looks a certain way, the mid-range looks a certain way, and the putter looks a certain way. And you hold them different ways. There's different kinds of grips, and there's a backhand grip, like I was saying before, and then there's the forehand grip. It's kind of like flip, like in baseball, like when a second baseman would get or a shortstop would get like a line drive or a ground ball to them. They like flick it over to the to the first base, and it's kind of like that movement. But
it's making perfect sense now why you don't take your wife to play disc golf.
Well, actually, I do take her. She holds the bag. She's my caddy.
That's about all you're going to let her do, because like Betty Crocker, she spends a lot of time in the kitchen. All right, and you're afraid with that good aim that she would turn around like a rolling pin and hit you in the back of the head with one of those, right?
I wish she would.
Yeah.
I wish she would, actually.
I want to be there to see that.
Actually, I was in the backyard because I have a basket in the backyard, and I was practicing, and she was throwing the discs in the basket, and
that's what that thing is back there.
Yeah. I accidentally hit her the other day.
Oh my! I was Daniel. We're going to have to snap a picture of that.
Oh yeah, okay.
And put it on the website here so everybody can see it, and post it on Facebook.
Okay, that's fine.
Because for years that has been sitting back there, and I'm wondering what on earth does he have back there? Is that some ancient-looking bird feeder?
No.
Okay.
No. Like if you get into it, like I'm into it, there are like portable baskets you can buy to practice putting and everything, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really not that expensive, and it's a lot of fun, and it like I've said before, it gets you in tune with nature, and like when you find people that like disc golf, like I've had this happen many times. I'll go out to a disc golf course by myself. I'll be playing a few holes and everything, and then I'll, come upon someone and be like, hey, how's it going? And like things just click every time. It's just like, hey, oh wow, you're using this disc, using this. It's just such an awesome way to, meet people and just, I don't know.
Well, Daniel, I am one who is always into meeting people, new people, folks that I have never met before, who I probably will not meet again. Mm-hmm. But I have always said, if I meet somebody once and that's the only time in life I'm going to see him, at least I will have made a friend for life.
Yeah.
All right. Because, that's something I carry with me anytime I go camping. And all the years that I have been doing this, I have met people from all over the world, mm-hmm. and it is one of the greatest feelings that I can't even describe it. And I'm looking forward to meeting some new people here in just the next month or two, because I'm planning on a couple camping trips. I'm going to take my normal trip with the guys up in Hiawassee, Georgia, mm-hmm. and in fact, we're probably going to be podcasting that weekend up there.
Okay.
We got a special tribute that we're going to pay to somebody who kind of founded that camp. And I'll get into that a little bit later on down the road, but it's going to be a good episode, and a lot of individuals who know who I'm talking about here can shed a little more light, and we'll talk about that. But right now, I am interested in just about anything that's going to keep you occupied while you're camping. Mm-hmm. See, for me, to do something repetitious would be like chopping wood. Uh-huh. Throwing another log on the fire, taking another day to relax.
Right.
And that's what I do. Now, some people like yourself may find that boring.
Right.
All right. But in the evening hours, especially, that's about all I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So today we're talking about disc golf. Daniel is taking the lead here on the Happy Camper Radio Show. And I want to remind everybody, our phone number is 404-537-2267. That's 404-537-CAMP. And if you want to touch base with us, feel free to email us. And our email address, you can email me especially, Skip, SKIP, at happycamperradio.com, or
Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
Yeah, and if anything you want to share with us on this subject matter, if you are experienced in disc golf, which I am not, okay, and definitely email the show and give us your thoughts on it. Let us know how you enjoy the sport of disc golf, well, whether you're camping or just going out there and doing it as an extracurricular activity. There's always something new that we can add to the show, and we constantly are on the alert for any of our listeners to weigh in on any subject matter that we have here on the show.
Well, the thing about it is, like, disc golf, it is international. I mean, they've got courses all over.
Are there tournaments?
Oh, gosh, there are tournaments everywhere.
Why have I not seen any of these on TV, or am I not watching ESPN?
No, it hadn't gotten that big. I don't know. For some reason, it just hadn't broken through like that. I wish it would, but I mean, there are things all over YouTube of tournaments and stuff. I know they have a big European tournament. They have a big Japanese tournament, and of course they have a big United States tournament. But I mean, and the weird thing about it is, it's not as big as I figure it would be, but there are thousands and thousands and thousands of courses around anyone's area. If anyone's listening right now, I guarantee you, if you go to pdga.com and you go under courses and you put in your zip code, I guarantee you within 15 to 20 miles, if not less, there will be a disc golf course near you. There are at least 3 disc golf courses near us, Skip, less than 10 miles away.
Sounds like the same parameters for geocaching.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
But, I mean, it is just so much fun. But what I would suggest is, if you're starting out, watch the videos and don't get discouraged. It's a different thing from throwing the Frisbee on the shore, like I told you. But once you get the hang of it, I'll never forget the moment that it clicked for me. It clicked for me, and I got the rhythm down, and I got the throw down, and it's just an awesome feeling.
I will definitely have to learn a little bit more about this. And like you say, now, if you go to click on YouTube, you can probably find a lot of videos there.
Yeah.
Just put up there in the search engine, disc golf.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what we need to do, Skip? We need to maybe get you over to the house and maybe try to get you to practice putting.
You're not going to get me into doing Daniel, unless I am setting up a tent.
You'll like it. You'll like it. I'm telling you.
And you're going to get me out of my recliner to do that?
Hey, you can do it from your recliner. Actually, that is so.
You're going to bring it over here.
That is so. No. That is so funny that you say that. This is kind of off the beaten path or whatever, but they have mini disc golf course baskets. You've seen the basket in my backyard. They have mini ones. And
I saw that thing in your backyard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They have mini disc, and you could do it. That you could throw your mini disc from your recliner into the basket.
Oh,
they have little things like that, but I've never done that or whatever.
Do you want a glass of water? I mean, you are really, Daniel, you are really getting, I don't know, you're more excited about this than you're.
It is pretty exciting. I would love to hear from our listeners, their feedback if they're interested in it and if they want to get into it, because I want to spread the word around the world about the sport, because it is my passion. It is my passion. It's like the next to camping. That's what I go to. I go to, campground. Where's their disc golf course? Where can I go do this?
And I think our featured campground last week we were talking about disc golf, weren't we?
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you make your reservation at that campground?
I haven't yet. But
you haven't completed your
task.
If
it was up to me, well, I didn't win that $400 million lottery last week. So if
you won the $400 million lottery, you would not be sitting here right now.
Yeah,
you would be in some podcast studio down in Hollywood.
No.
That you would have already bought.
I would get that. I would get that trailer that I was telling you about a couple weeks ago.
You would get a motorhome, Daniel.
No. I would get a regular trailer that could be towed by my 6-cylinder
You would get a
Ford Ranger.
motorhome, and you would hire somebody like me to drive it.
Oh, that is. I would hire you to try it. That'd be great. That's a good idea, Skip.
You couldn't
I like
afford
that.
me.
Oh, come on now. But anyway, back to disc golf. Disc golf is all about relaxing. When I go play disc golf, I don't keep score. I know if I'm doing good or if I'm doing bad. I mean, of course, I'll keep score if I'm with my friends or whatever. But it's just about relaxing in nature. It's basically something to do. It's like hiking with a purpose, really. So, you know, and it's just fun to think about different shots and everything, and the scenery, and it's just really, really awesome.
Well, Daniel, it's been an education, I'll say that. You know, and I've learned a lot just sitting here listening to you, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners have too. And again, you know, we weigh on just about any subject matter, and I'll probably have some questions of you a little later on after we click the microphone button off and, you know, talk a little bit more on this subject matter. But right now, it's time for our featured campground of the week here on the Happy Camper Radio Show. Daniel, you have camped at this campground.
No, I went there and I realized it was a campground. I was like, why are we staying in a hotel? I need to get my pop-up down here.
Okay, so you have experience with this awesome place. It is in Columbia County, Georgia, and we are visiting today a place called Wildwood Park. Tell us about it, Daniel.
Basically, if you're into disc golf, this is your heaven, because that is where the International Disc Golf Hall of Fame is, and they have 3 courses, which are awesome, and they have a what's it called? A room? What do they call that?
A hotel room?
Pro shop.
Don't you dare say hotel room on this show.
No. They have a pro shop where you can go to Monday through Saturday, and you know, if you want to buy discs or whatever, and they have like a little lobby, and they have like a little place where you can sit around and watch. They have like all kinds of videos continually streaming about, you know, disc golf. They'll have different tournaments and everything, but there are 3 disc golf courses there, and it's heaven, and it's around this lake.
Well, let me go ahead and correct you here, because I've got their website up here in front of me, okay? We are talking 3 championship disc golf courses.
Ooh.
Yes. So, you know, you got to make sure you get it right. But, you know, as far as camping is concerned, they've got 61 campsites, a 6-lane mega boat ramp, and large parking areas with 231 spaces. So this is obviously a very heavy populated park, and there's a lot to do here, and we're going to have that on our webpage under the feature campground button, and all you got to do to find it is log on to our homepage, which is www.happycamperradio.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll click on the featured campground button this week, and there it will be, is Wildwood Park. How long of a drive is it from the Atlanta area?
I would say maybe an hour and a half.
Yes, and I think the next time you go down there, you will be taking your camping supplies, whether it be a tent. I'd be proud of you if you did, but you know, you got your pop-up camper.
I do have my
each his own. You know, that's why some people have motorhomes, and you know, but you know, they also have clean restrooms and shower facilities in each camping area down there. 7 covered pavilions, beach area, picnic area. That beach area is going to get very busy pretty soon with this weather warming up like it is.
It's right near Augusta. It's right outside of Augusta. So you know, once spring and summer hit, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it is our featured campground of the week, Wildwood Park in Columbia County, and you can find it right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show website. And as always, if you have a campground that you would like Daniel and I to feature on the program, by all means, give us a shout here at www.happycamperradio.com. And like I said, you can go ahead and get in touch with Daniel and I if you'd like. And our email address is again skip@happycamperradio.com and
Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
And by all means, make sure that if you're going to include a campground that you'd like for us to feature, please send a link to their website so we can feature it right on our webpage under the Featured Campground tab. Daniel, that was an interesting show, very educational, and I'm glad to have you on over here.
Yep.
Hope you're enjoying the first day of spring.
It's nice.
Yeah, your wife got a lot of chores for you to do?
Maybe.
The honey-do list. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, don't forget, you can catch us online, like I say, anytime at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Camp Talker, and add us to your circles on Google+. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip, I'm a happy camper, and you, my friends, can be a happy camper too.